Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Sohini from South Bay, California, and welcome. So today I am very excited to have a very special announcement. So last week I actually presented to you how it's important to have your digital profile in order to plan your next career move. Now summer is an excellent time to prepare, to get in touch with what exactly that we want next, to strategize and to plan our next steps going forward. So with regards to that theme, I have decided to provide a build your own research internship. That's right. This is going to be a 10-week program and it is absolutely self-paced. So you can choose to take it within the 10 weeks of summer, or you can actually pace it out. So you can even take 20 weeks or even a year to finish it. Or even though if you think that you're too overwhelmed to work on something right now, you may just follow the program right now and then decide to come back and then retake it. So let's get right to it. All right, so this is the program that I talked about, Build Your Own Research Internship. And I am releasing this in the last week of May. And typically this program is meant to go for a 10-week period. There is a sample syllabus and there is an introduction document at this Google Drive. So what I will be sharing will be this Google Drive, which is visible to everybody, and I will be sharing the link with this video. Now, why should you do this program? Like I mentioned, this is a 10-week program and it is absolutely self-paced, and it is a research program that is meant to equip researchers with the discipline and relevant skill sets to digitally demonstrate the core understanding of the materials and methods pertaining to applied machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, and cognitive systems. Now, all these four terms, what do they really mean? I actually have described it in another video that will also link in the description box below. But that is the area that we are going to be focusing on. By the end of this research program, you should have developed at least a complete GitHub page if you choose to do the program, along with some original contributions which can then be highlighted on your LinkedIn and web pages to attract potential employers. So this whole program is built to give you the discipline and also to give you the material that will then help you to then make your next career move. What I am offering as a part of this Build Your Own Research Internship or BYORI program is at the end of the 10 weeks, candidates are invited to share a folder of the weekly deliverables, and you will see the deliverables from the syllabus and their GitHub page to my email ID. I will personally review each and every project, and what I'm offering is a recommendation or a reference for this project on your LinkedIn or via email for your website going forward. Now, the content and pace, like I mentioned, it is absolutely self-paced. There is no official date, but it's actually a little harder for it to do in such an unstructured setup. So you will have to come up with this DIY method to have the religion to sit down every single day, to scope out time, to carve out time. That could be 1 hour or a few hours, or maybe just listening to the videos for now, and then see how this is making a difference, if at all, in the way you work. So the program syllabus that is attached with in this Google Drive is as follows. Like I mentioned, doing something digitally or building your own research internship at the leisure of your home is a tad bit harder. And the reason for that is if you go into an actual internship, you already know the domain. You already have a preconceived project that you are going to be working on. But in this case, this is actually harder because you have to come up with your own research project. So you have to come up with a topic of interest. Maybe it could be something you've already worked on. Maybe it's something you want to build towards. Or maybe it is a specific skill set like I had shown in the previous video about Python or C++ that you want to get more hands-on expertise, doing more research projects. projects. So this could just be another way for it. So the week 0, like you see, is just going to be a one-page write-up, and I will show you what a sample write-up is supposed to look like and what you should be putting in there. So there should be like a background, significance, and a list of contributions. The first few weeks we will be spending on literature review. So at the end of every week, there should be a summary of review that you do. After that, there should be a base paper that you pick. That'll be your base paper for your implementation. And during those 2 weeks, the whole goal is to get commented code that applies to your data set or your research interest. By the 5th week, we say that we are in the midterm. And by here, you should already be starting to think about implementation of a novel contribution, or you could actually just choose to make it as an apples to apples comparison between 2 different methods that have not been benchmarked yet. So in this case, you may choose to pick a second base paper for implementation. And by the end of your midterm, you should be ready with the one-page summary of primary base paper and a scope for future work. Week 6 onwards, you implement the novel contribution, or you implement the second base paper. The 7th and the 8th and the 9th week are all about hyperparameterization, optimization, comparative assessment, and ablation studies. So, and I will talk in every single week what each and every one of them mean. And during all of these weeks, your goal will be to collect your results as much as possible. And final week will be to complete your research assessment, and your 10th week is just for documentation, code, commenting, and uploading anything onto GitHub. So your final GitHub submission. So that's how this 10-week program is structured. Program schedule is again between May 26th, that is today, to August 8th. And assignment will be released every Tuesday. So every Tuesday Pacific time, you will see assignments released. And again, I will show you what these assignments actually mean. And I will also be showing you a sample deliverable, like the deliverables I mentioned in this syllabus. I will actually be giving you a sample deliverable on every Thursday. So if you feel overwhelmed to go over the topics, you just feel free to follow through the deliverables, and that should be enough to at least motivate you to come back and retake it. That was about the content and the pace. And finally, like I mentioned, how will you ensure success in this program? You will have a choice of building your own domain project. You get to pick your project and topic that you have wanted to for some time, and maybe you demonstrate your skill set in that, and then this will be your novelty, or this will be your niche when you go to your potential employer and say, this is my solid contribution that I've made to this domain. Now the sample project that I did mention that I will be working on, the sample project topic that I have is advances in deep learning for medical imaging. So every single week I will be releasing my deliverables and assignments for this particular topic, and this is just going to be a sample. Please feel free to modify it for your own domain. It could be anything with respect to reinforcement learning. It could be DNA sequencing. It could be anything out in this whole wide world in order for you to show or create your digital footprint. I am very excited to be releasing this. So let's start on this journey together.